Hi, my name is Joshua Schubiner, and I will be talking about my first semester project for Modern Lit. I will be talking about a Clint Smith poem, the Kite Runner book, the Schindler's List, and To Kill a Mockingbird. All the texts overall have similarities in how all show oppression and evil in the world. The first text I will be talking about is The Kite Runner. The Kite Runner shows the worst of humanity during the whole time of the book. It shows rape scenes, lying, deception, stealing. It's as bad as it gets in humanity. It also shows the aspect of humanity that is not often shown in public or in films, movies, or books. I question each text of each piece of literature and how they all deal with the worst of humanity and humans overall. The Kite Runner gives realistic portrayals of characters that would be living in Afghanistan or in the overall the Middle East during the time in the 80s, 70s. It is very during that era and still today. It's very conservative. That has very conservative values and overall very strict life. Oppression and hate pervades during the Afghani war and during that time overall. For example, Amir watches Hussein get sodomized in an alley and does nothing. This how shows that the worst of humanity might help in the light of day for Amir and Hussein, and maybe helps Amir change as an individual by this awful event and maybe become a better person. Many events specifically dealing with Amir and his portrayal. For example, he stole money under the bed. This shows obviously another aspect of the worst of humanity, because one of the 10 Commandments is thou shalt not steal. So just another, just it's just another, just killing his soul basically, and he's trying to fix it. Again, to continue again, even the bad people, the worst of the worst, could have redemption, like Amir, and feel at peace at the end. For example, there's a quote in The Kite Runner: "It may be unfair, but what happens in a few days, sometimes even a single day, can change the course of a whole lifetime." This quote shows how Amir's thoughts are changing, and he is attempting to be a better person overall. My argument is that the light always defeats the dark, quoted by Star Wars. Also, another quote shows his awful deeds at the beginning in the book. There's only one sin, only one, and that is theft. Every sin is a variation of theft. When you kill a man, you steal his life. You steal his wife's right to a husband, robbing his children of a father. When you tell a lie, you steal someone else's right to the truth. When you cheat, you steal the right to fairness. There's no act more wretched than stealing. This quote shows how Amir's ability and deception is the worst of the worst, and Amir, I believe, is trying to fix that. Overall, Amir and the characters have done and committed morally corrupt things. However, at the end of the day, we are all human, and Amir now acknowledges it and is continuing to try to be on a better path. To continue, To Kill a Mockingbird, Schindler's List, and Kind Descent overall are historical pieces on the past and present for different humans overall. Kind Descent and Kill a Mockingbird show racism for black humans, black African Americans. The Mockingbird shows a black man and how he was wrongfully found guilty of raping a Caucasian female. Kind Descent shows life as a young African American and how he, as a black African American, needs to be aware of how he is perceived and how he conducts himself in public life. In conclusion, all four texts are very similar in showing an underlying problem with society as a whole. Not to be general, but many people are narcissistic and only care about themselves. We need to get rid of this mindset and care about others to create a more perfect union and how God wanted it to be, peaceful and love with everyone. Hopefully you learned a few concepts and ideas while listening to this video. Thank you for watching.